You already know the truth. You're just afraid to admit it. You keep asking yourself, why did they change? Why did it hurt this much? Why was I not enough? And you replay everything, don't you? Every conversation, every message, every moment they went silent. You're trying to find out that one answer that would give you peace. But if you're really honest with yourself, you already felt it. You felt it the first time they pulled away. You noticed it when their efforts changed. When consistently, slowly everything turned into confusion. When their words stopped matching their actions. You saw it, but you ignored it. Almost like hearing a small crack in a wall and telling yourself, it's nothing, it'll be all fine. Even though a part of you knows that cracks don't stay small forever. Not because you're weak, but because you were emotionally invested. You were invested in the version of them that no longer existed. But because you were hoping that they would come back to who they used to be. Hoping the version you fell for and that would come back. Hoping love would be enough to fix everything that was already breaking. But here's the reality you've been avoiding. You're not confused. You're not avoiding clarity. Clarity feels uncomfortable, but once you see the truth, you can't unsee it. And if you want to break that pattern, start with something very simple. Let me give you the first tool, the story you've been telling yourself. Ask yourself, what actually happened and what story am I adding to it? Because they stopped calling you, which is a fact, but I wasn't enough is a story you are telling to your mind again and again. That clarity doesn't comfort you, it confronts you. It forces you to see that they showed you who they were and you choose to see who you wanted them to be. And that's a hard thing to admit. It means accepting you stayed longer than your self-respect should have allowed. You gave chances when you needed boundaries. You held on when you should let go. And instead of judging yourself, get curious. Let's go to pattern number 2. Pattern awareness. What was I hoping for that made me stay? Because your answer will show you what you were really attached to. And now you feel stuck. You feel like going back, not to what hurt you, but to the few moments that made you feel chosen. The late replies that finally came back. The rare days that showed up fully. And your mind holds on to those moments as proof that this could still work. Like flipping those old photographs and forgetting that those moments are over. It's like going back to a highlight of a reel and calling it a whole movie. But the reality is the pattern that was always there. And if you want to break that loop, you have to break the pattern. You have to interrupt it. So let's go to tool number 3, which is pattern interrupt. Next time your mind starts replaying, pause and tell yourself, this is a memory, not my present. That one shift will bring back you to the reality. Because listen carefully, closure isn't something they are keeping for you. You already have it. You're just resisting it because closure doesn't always come with an explanation. Sometimes it comes with realization that they stopped choosing you. They stopped showing up. They stopped valuing you. What you were giving so freely. Deep down you knew you didn't need more proof. You needed acceptance. And if you notice closely, your body felt the truth before your mind accepted it. And that's the hardest part, isn't it? Accepting that what you wanted is not what you had. Accepting that the love you had imagined wasn't the love you received. Accepting that you can't force someone to become what you need. Stop asking, why did they do this to me? Start asking, why did I stay when I knew it? And already, if you're ready to go deeper, let's go on the fourth tool, which is self reflection. Ask yourself, when did I first feel something was off? When did I first ignore my feelings? What was I afraid of would happen if I walked away? These answers, they will show you your pattern. And that's where your power is, because the moment you stop chasing answers from them, you start finding answers from within yourself. You start seeing the patterns you fear, your need for validation. And once you see that, the fifth tool you go to, which is identity shift. Stop saying and stop blaming yourself, saying, I always choose the wrong person. Start saying, I'm learning to choose better for myself. I'm no longer available for what once familiar. But never feel right, because your identity shapes your future decisions. And that's when everything changes, because healing doesn't come from understanding them, it comes from understanding yourself. What you tolerate less. Why did you ignore your intuition? Why did you keep choosing them instead of choosing yourself? In these moments where it feels heavy, come back to this tool number six. Ground yourself. I can feel this and I can still choose myself. That's strength. And once you see that truly, you won't repeat it. You won't beg for the bare minimum. You won't chase inconsistency. You won't confuse attention with love. You will rise stronger, wiser, clearer. And this time, you don't ignore the truth. You listen to it, because the truth never broke you. Ignoring it broke you. Ignoring it slowly disconnected you with yourself. So stop running, face it, accept it, grow from it, because your next chapter doesn't depend on this truth. You're finally willing to admit it. That yes, this is the fact. So if this hits you, choose. I choose myself. Comment that below, because that's where everything changes. Like, subscribe, and get ready to see your true worth.